First, we're going to check in with somebody that knows more than anyone what's really going on. Somebody, I don't have to tell you, this fella got his own personal decoder ring from Sergei Lavrov's second cousin, twice removed. And when I say twice removed, I mean it's the second time he's had a bag over his head and had him dragged out of a room. Now, work with me. Ooh, Apple. Okay, this fella right here. You're going to think, I know who it is. It's going to be Don Jr. We wouldn't trust that asshat. Come on now. Talking about the real deal. This guy, he's been a crucial part of our operation for many, many years. He's many of you know him as a captain in the Useful Idiot Brigade. Let me tell you something. You think it's difficult working your way up through Scientology? Try to work your way up into the Useful Idiot Brigade. Talk about the Peter Principle and dicking your way to the top or something. Let me tell you, that's what's up. He went to sleep already. Don't come back. There he is. We lost him for a second. Hold on. Shit, why did the screen go black? We've been hacked. I knew it. Oh, now I've been hacked. What? There he is. He's back. I was so worried. He's so good at disappearing. Usually when the check comes at a restaurant, but sometimes he's able to hide. He has a special video that I thought he would certainly not be able to release onto the interwebs. Was part of Putin's Ukraine speech a hidden message to Biden? Spoiler alert, fuck yeah it was. Let me tell you something. This is going to be a big business. I don't know if I can keep this hat on the whole time. It's a little stuffy in here. But we'll see. We'll see. Work with me. Hal will be back in a moment. But let's see what Comrade Arizona Truck Stop Shirt has to say.
Putin claimed in a speech on Monday that Ukraine was completely created by the Soviet Union in the aftermath.
Hold on. What the fuck you mean claimed? He said it, makes it so.
The 1970 Bolshevik Revolution.
Oh, no, not the
Ukraine,
Bolsheviks.
I'm quoting, an inherent part of our history, culture, spiritual space. There are comrades, relatives, not only colleagues, friends, but also our family.
I'm sorry. Whenever he quotes Putin, I feel like singing. It's not so much the Russian national anthem. It's just a little campfire song I learned.
People we have blood and family ties with, Putin said.
Yes, which is, by the way, Blood and Family Ties is the #1 rated Russian sitcom ever. It's so wacky.
Okay, that doesn't sound good. And then he went into this really weird history lesson. Remember, he's the guy who said the fall of the Soviet Union is the biggest error in modern history.
Yes, and most of us would go second only to your shirt.
But
which is a strange thing to say about that particular century. There's a lot of big events that happened there.
Yeah, right. However,
yeah, but it's the part that he's taking personally. You know, it's like that old thing. What hurts worse? Riddle me this, round boy. Riddle me this. What hurts worse? Your broken leg or my broken thumb? It's a trick question. My broken thumb, because it's my broken thumb. Dum-dum.
However,
yep.
I don't think he means the fall of the Soviet Empire, of the Soviet Union. He means the fall of the empire.
Yes, he was very upset when that show was taken off the air. He was a big fan of Jesse Smollett's. As a matter of fact, most of his false flags have been based around what he calls the Smollett principle.
Because yesterday he went on to take on Lenin, Stalin, Khrushchev for giving away parts of the Soviet Union to Poland.
Yes, basically he blames them for playing a shit game of Monopoly.
Hungary and Ukraine. He said that these guys are responsible for taking apart the Russian Empire.
Yes, For those of you who haven't seen it, we're going to watch it in a little bit, but loosely translated, he called them a bunch of wussy boys.
Well, don't you still have Lenin on ice there in front of the Kremlin?
No, he's on formaldehyde. We only use ice for Siberian torturers that we want to keep around in case they have information we need from them. We can bring them back and beat it out of them.
Why is he doing this? Because of the influence of thought of one guy, Alex.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. One guy. Who could that be? Wait, back up. I almost ruined that. One guy.
Because of the influence of thought of one guy, Alexander Dugin. If
Oh, I wasn't going to go with Dugan. That was my third choice after Kirk Cameron, who only guest starred in Blood and Family Ties.
ever read Alexander Dugin, this could have been written by him. He was talking all about the core values that we have and the religion that we...
Yes, and he would also make these kind of gestures, but often he was singing when it would happen.
all celebrate, and the rise up of the
old Russian Republic.
old Russian Empire, the
Well, I was close.
pre-modern empire.
Yes, we want to go back to a time when we were starving Ukrainians for grain that we never intend to eat ourselves.
It was scary stuff if you know what you are looking for.
Well, words, I would suppose, if you'd have to read it. I don't know that it's on. Those guys were not known for their books on tape.
Don't know what his intention is. He looked crazy. He sounded crazy. If you look at what he said, read what he said.
Yeah, but he's, like we say, he's crazy like a shithouse rat. Which it sounds negative over here, but over there in Russia is actually a good thing. It's like you say crazy like a fox, we say crazy like a shithouse rat as a plus.
It sounds crazy, but if you know Alexander Dugin,
It's the right kind of crazy. It's my kind of crazy. It's the kind of crazy I like. King. My kind of crazy. It's just kind of wacky. We're going to take a country and make it our own. And Glenn Beck doesn't give a shit. Hey. Oh, hey.
what he preaches in Russia, it's a fourth political theory.
Yes, there's the first political theory, which is one person, one vote. What a bunch of bullshit that is. Second one, monarchies, magic families forever, which I kind of like. I got to be honest. I'm a little partial to that one. Then there's socialist communism, which is hilarious. And then there's the fourth way, which is all of the above disguised as none of the above.
I don't know if he was doing it because he has adopted this crazy philosophy or he just wants people to think he's crazy. So they're like,
That's right. So what we do, he's basically, Putin is unique in his crazy act in that he is what we call a method dictator. He always acts like a real psychopath, and the trick is he actually is. It's very impressive.
screw with him. He's got a twitchy eye.
Yeah, I don't want to watch him eat.
One way or another, it doesn't really matter. Putin threatened yesterday a bloodbath if Ukraine resists the loss of territory because he took.
Yeah, but in all fairness, that's how he actually bathes. It's all bloodbaths. That's what I mean. How do you think he keeps his skin so dewy?
2 states, and they have the Russian separatists in those 2 states. But
Yes, it's like the stuff you use instead of egg whites if you're a vegan.
what happened was when they took over Ukraine, they killed almost all the Ukrainians. And then they sent in all of these Russian families and said, you, and you're moving to Ukraine. But I don't. You're moving to Ukraine. So they moved
Yes, but it was in Russian. Don't lose it for a second.
Ukraine, and they've raised their family. And in these 2 particular states, there's a lot of Russian ties. Okay.
Yes, Russian Ties, which was a spin-off of Blood and Family Ties that only lasted 1 season. And I'm just going to say Scott Baio was robbed.
And so they've always claimed that these really are Russian states. The Ukrainians say, no, it's Ukrainian.
Yes, we all know this. Why are you speaking like no one knows this?
State, but you just sent a whole bunch of Russians in here.
Right.
And so yesterday he just took them and then signed it.
He just took all the Russians, or he just took all the Ukrainians, or he just took all the, what did he take? He better not take my DVDs of Blood and Family Ties.
Document said, yep, they're ours now.
Well, he recognized their independence.
Yes, thank you. Yes, you're right.
And then send troops immediately in, which is what you do with a new independent country.
Right, when you
Well, technically we haven't sent them in yet, but we're gonna. Oh boy. Yep.
we just recognizing them. That's all we're doing, and sending in troops. It's not an invasion.
No.
Okay, so that's pretty much what our government said. It's not really an invasion. And this is what this is what Joe Biden said in a gaffe, quote unquote. It wasn't a gaffe.
No.
He's just so senile. He doesn't know what he's saying sometimes.
Well, then that would be a gaffe. Like, my English isn't that great. But if you don't mean to say it and you say it anyway, that's a gaffe.
He's like, oh, that was secret. I wasn't supposed to say that.
No, that was secret to say that. No, that still wouldn't be a gaffe.
He has.
That would be a I don't know if it's a Freudian slip. Maybe maybe if you give away your plans accidentally, it's a Sun Tzu slip. Do people
in
have
the
that?
past about we'll see what kind of invasion it is.
Right, like cyber invasion. They're not going to bomb places and they haven't moved the troops in actually, so they're doing the sanctions first, and then afterwards, if they move any further. I mean, we know this. Why don't you know this?
Just like a little incursion, then we're not going to do much. Well, I got news for you. The rest of the world is doing a lot. We're not.
We're not? That's weird. Because all the weapons coming our direction have your guy's name on them.
But why? Let me tell you about the part of his speech that no one will talk about. No one's going to talk.
I'm not going to talk about it. Even if I show it, I'm not going to talk about it.
About the Alexander Dugin stuff because they don't have any idea what it is.
No, they don't know who
I'm
Dugin
telling
is.
you, if you
Nope.
don't know who Alexander Dugin is and you're interested in world affairs, especially what Russia is up to, you should read The Fourth Political Theory. Your hair will fall out. Okay.
Well, I don't want that to happen. Why do you think I'm wearing this hat? A lot of it's already gone. I just can't take the snow on the top of my head. It tinkles. Is that the word? Tinkles?
It actually, you'll read the first part of it.
It's like tickles and tingles together. That's how it works, right?
A few chapters and you'll be like, yeah, that's right. Who's going to tell us what our heritage should be? Who's going to tell us what religion we've got to practice?
Wait, does everyone who reads in America sounds like this when they read the book?
And tell us that our girls have to be alone on the swim team and that guys can't have babies. Who's going to... There's a lot in there that you'll go, yeah, it's there for a reason. It's there.
Yes, it is. Yes, girls swimming, and it's all the fourth political angle of men with having babies. It's all part of the great plan.
To scoop up all of the disenfranchised people.
That's right. It's going to be an army of people who feel disenfranchised, splintered people, lone wolves. And what you do is you get all those people together and you make them work together. Oh, shit. I think I see a flaw in the plan.
Agree with some of the stuff he says, and then you're going to, if you're smart, you won't get wrapped up in the rah, and you'll see, okay, wait a minute. What's his plan? Armageddon?
Well, that's your plan. Are you going to sue him for plagiarism?
Really for Armageddon. It will take Armageddon to reset the whole world. Yeah, I'm not for the Armageddon party. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, hi, dum-dum. No one's actually... What do you... You really believe that this is the plan? What?
So here's what he said, Putin.
Oh, boy.
He talks about going in and the problems of Ukraine.
Right.
And then he says this.
Uh-oh.
At the time, radicals were becoming more and more brazen, and their claims were becoming bigger and bigger, so they had no problem to influence the weak power that was weakened by the virus of corruption.
Oh, no. Got not the virus of corruption. Thank God no one in Putin's circle is corrupt in any way. And thank God Glenn Beck's hero Donald Trump is free of the scourge.
They were replacing cultural, economic, social interest of the people, actual sovereignty of Ukraine by speculations on nationalist ground. Cultural, economic, and social interests were being changed.
Wow, that doesn't sound like any periods in history where a greater power is trying to absorb a smaller power or two powers were fighting over each other. Gee whiz, it's certainly not true of the Middle East.
Who does that sound like?
Evangelical Christians.
Who could possibly change those? Who was over in 2014 to 2016 that could have possibly influenced cultural, economic, and social norms?
Well, obviously, Biden is what you're going to say. And what norm was he there for? The shittiest of all norms. Democracy. He was trying to help foment a democracy. I can't tell you how upset this makes me. The whole thing is just bullshit.
In case you don't know yet, he says... stable statehood hasn't been built in Ukraine, and the political electoral procedures. Oh, who could have changed those? Sir,
Paul Manafort
is just a screen to divide power and assets between oligarch clans.
Oligarch clans. Wait a second. I thought the Miss Teen USA was held in Moscow.
In it. Who is giving money to the oligarch clan?
I don't know. I'm not interested in rugby.
Corruption that's a problem in a lot of countries, including Russia. Ukraine has become a thing of its own.
I'll show you a thing of my own.
It's been corroding the entire system. As the branches of the state and radicals use the unhappiness of the people, fear and happiness, so they rode that we have.
I'm not gonna tell you how to do your show, okay? It's fucking freezing where I am. Could you get to the goddamn point? I personally would have started this quote like halfway through.
They turned 2014 into a coup d'etat.
All right. Yeah, so you are talking about Paul Manafort. That's good.
They were backed by foreign states. From the data that we have, the support of the so-called protest camp, the Independence Square in Kyiv, came from the U.S. Embassy. It was $1 million.
Yeah, that's weird. Why would the U.S. Embassy start supporting democratic pushback against corrupt oligarchs? That's weird.
Per day. And additionally, large amounts of money were transferred to the private accounts of the leaders of opposition, and we're talking about tens of millions of dollars.
Cha-ching. There's no way that Paul Manafort could compete against that. How was he supposed to know at that time? And then he ends up having to go work for Donald Trump for free?
Boom.
Wait, why is that the boom? Are you saying like America should not support a fledgling democracy against murderous regimes? You're against that? I mean, no, you guys didn't put troops on the ground.
Now, if you happen to watch our special.
No, we didn't. I didn't. Mainly because I can only stand so long holding rabbit ears.
On the impeachment of Donald Trump.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. I can only, they only allow me to masturbate once every 6 months.
Found all kinds of bad stuff going on in Ukraine with Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, George Soros, and Barack Obama.
Yes, they were all there together. No. I'm thinking of Ron Johnson and those assholes who came over for 4th of July to Moscow.
Millions just lost. Gone. What happened?
Well, I think they actually funded the revolution, and it actually worked. Lukashenko and the prosecutor that Joe Biden got out, they all fled to Russia and now live under the protection of Vladimir Putin. So the money, wherever it was spent, actually worked, is the problem. And it's very upsetting. Why you have to bring this up?
We were actually doing training a year before, maybe 2 years before, 2014. Right. We trained those people.
Crazy. And they were successful. Shit.
To do a coup d'etat. Then the
and by the way, in case you don't know how to do a coup d'etat, it's like a baked Alaska, but it's you use one layer of cake instead of two, and there's no meringue.
He was running money to them.
Yes, we understand. Well, I don't know that they were running. They probably walked.
Our social media was helping them. Huh.
And you're against this. You're a better friend to me than I thought you were, Glenn Beck.
So this is why we're being such a weenie. I
don't want. Please don't stand up.
All of the people that were involved in that are currently in power here in the United States.
Right, and all the people who were in the other side of it are in power in Ukraine. It's kind of a pain in the ass, you know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah.
All of the people that were doing all these really nasty things are
all these nasty things against Russia. Yeah, you tell them.
In the government of the United States. So when Putin just says something that nobody else will pick up, he knows nobody, but the White House will pick up on this.
Well, the White House and the white hairs.
When he says this in an hour-long speech, and it's only a couple of lines, only those who are in trouble because they did those things.
Why would they be in trouble? It literally is in line with the entire raison d'etre of your whole fucking country, man.
Will recognize it.
Yeah. Yes. Oh dear. Joe Biden and Barack Obama will recognize that they played a part in fomenting a functioning democracy in Ukraine. Eek. What the fuck? Yes. Indeed.
Ukraine was not brought closer to democracy after the coup d'etat, and
well, it certainly wasn't brought farther away.
Political forces that backed them brought the situation to a deadlock. They pushed Ukraine into a chasm of civil war.
Well, it's not. Yeah, but dude, it hasn't been in a civil war this whole time. What the fuck are you talking about?
Is us.
What do you mean this is us? We don't even have that show over here. I just don't get it. What timeline are they in? It's back and forth. Is it the 80s? Is it the 90s? Is it the 2000s? It's too confusing.
So if he goes forward, I hope what he's saying is, I'm only going to do this.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah. Good read, man.
But it'll be a bloodbath if I decide to take Ukraine.
Yes, that's what he's saying. I'm only going to do this a little bit. But if I decide to do more than a little bit, bloodbath. So relax.
And guess who's responsible for me saying we have to go save the Ukrainians?
That's a tough one. Mikhail Brishnik, no. Paul Manafort, no. Let's see. Donald Trump, nah, he's an asshat. Hunter Biden. Let's just go with Hunter Biden. Just roll.
And who are we saving them from? The evil Americans.
Yes, that's right. If America wasn't so pro-democracy, we wouldn't have all these fucking problems.
Believe me, if my research team can...
Your research team? What does your research team do? They look at paper in 2014.
Find
Good
all
Lord.
of the dirt on this administration and the Obama administration.
What dirt are you fucking talking about, dum-dum? We do this kind of stuff. Well, you guys do. I'm not American disguised as Russian at all.
You don't think Vladimir Putin can?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you've got so many high-tech screens behind you. This whole thing, it looks like you live in like a game show version of the spaceship from Predator.
Now, we've responded with panty waist sanctions.
Panty waist. By the way, in case you want to know what panty waist means, it means women are weak.
Germany just responded. They're closing the Nord Stream pipeline.
Yes, we talked them into doing that. And well, shit.
And to that, Putin has responded today. I'll give you that in just 60 seconds. Okay.
And then you're going to sell something? I'm not doing your stupid ads, buddy. Okay.
The Nord Stream pipeline has been canceled by Germany. Yay! And Putin responded by saying, great, Europe, you can expect $2,000 a month energy payments. That's not going to go well.
So they should have gone with the panty waist thing, is what you're saying.
Well, maybe we can beg Saudi Arabia to send them some more oil or hope.
Well, this is natural gas, dum-dum. That's from Qatar.
That some gas can be channeled out of the butts of cows.
No, that's not the kind of methane you use. That's the kind you use to power your show.
Have helped them, but we can't now because we're not producing it. We were.
Well, yeah, you are. America is energy independent. Look at the date on this, February 19, 2022. And that's why you have to freeze it down to a liquid state and to transport it. And then why you're... Well, you know, honestly, if you don't know this, then Putin doesn't know this. So I guess it's a wash.
Net exporter. Just a year ago, a net exporter. But
right, and you still are.
Now we have no teeth and we can't help. In fact,
well, then that's good. I feel better for Stu because you guys, when you get done gumming each other, give me a call.
This is going to cost us. Here's SOT 2, please. Here's Kamala Harris.
Can you explain to Americans what exactly will they face if this happens?
Sure. As the president talked about in his speech, we are aware that, again, when America stands for her principles,
Oh, my gosh.
and all of the things that we hold dear, it requires sometimes for us to put ourselves out there in a way that maybe we will incur some cost. And in this situation, that may relate to energy costs, for example. But we are taking very specific and appropriate, I believe, steps to mitigate what that cost might be if it happens.
Hey, who's jerking off to this video of the vice president? Somebody is moaning in the background, and I gotta say, it's fucking creepy. Whose voice is that?
What are you doing exactly?
It's his.
Well, you have a Democratic congressman. They seem to have really honed in to what the problem is at your gas station, Cut 3.
But the American people need to understand who is making the big profit on the gas.
Yes.
Right now, I would call for Congress, Senate, and House to conduct immediate hearings on the profitability of the oil industry. There is clearly price gouging going on here. They're going to whine and say, oh, it's not us, it's the Saudi Arabians or somebody else. that the profits of those industries have gone through the roof.
But independent of
California,
the
there's one
profits
other.
of the companies, Congressman, it is your expectation, and this I should form this as a question, is it your expectation that that gas could go above $5 a gallon in California, considering what we've heard from the White House, that there could be a cost, there will likely be a cost?
Yes, there's likely to be a cost. Exactly what that cost is going to
Shut
be.
up. I can't take it. It is
That's very weird that you can't take it. Honestly, looking at you, it looks like you can take it.
It is not a price gouging situation. This is a problem that the White House has created by ESG standards.
Oh, it's the ESG standards. Yes, whenever I heard about this, that anytime you go to the pump now, you have to check the ESG of the company that sells you the gas, and if they're not doing enough for social justice, you get like the oil, the gas just comes out like that.
Are not funding anything for fossil fuels. If $5 a gallon.
We're not? Who's we? I know we're not doing it over here in Russia. Let's see. I think I'm not. There's not. No, you're not. This is the. No, there's not something. We're not. You're. What's not? What isn't happening? Who? What? This time? Why? Okay, maybe it's not just that. Maybe hold on. Let's see. This one right here. So here. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that legally they had to do these things because they lost a lawsuit and they're still fighting. But these have been sold, so there they are. So that's okay. That's 2. Let's see. This would be yeah. Here's what happened. Let's see. This business. This was in November. Here's this kind of thing. You mean? No. So you're not. No. You don't know anything about this shit? You don't even fucking read?
For gas in California, mark my words, you're going to pay $5 a gallon for gas all over the country. It may not happen tomorrow, and it may not happen just because
Yes, it may happen in 12 or 15 years.
of Russia, but guarantee you will pay $5 a gallon of gas.
Well, not unless you have an electric car. And if you use a hybrid, yeah, you're paying $5 a gallon, but you're using probably about half.
Until Joe Biden and the financial community takes its foot off the throat of fossil fuel.
That's what they're doing. They've got their throat on it, but it's kind of like creating that thing where you squeeze a hose and it makes the pressure go up. This kind of thing.
And I was in California, a week and a half ago, and I saw $5 a gallon gas. It's already there.
Oh my God. Let me guess. You're in a big city.
It's already there. So without this war, without all of these other things piling up on top of each other. So if you don't think $5 gallon gas is coming, especially in California, I mean, it's already present.
It is already present. It's presently happening. All right. Hi, everybody. You're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. I had to dive in and have a little bit of fun right out of the gate today. For God's sake, what a waste of time.